And now, the host of Quirks of Israel, Reverend Peter Faust.
Hello, everyone. Oh, this is so nice to be here. Love to see you again. Yes, nice hair. Afro, wonderful. Keep it up. Keep it up. Nice Brill cream over there. Oh, so nice to be here. Oh, look at this, hey? Hey, can you say hi? Hi. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay. Oh, this is nice being in the studio again. And episode 6. So today is Bring Your Baby to Work Day. So I brought my baby. You want to say hi? Isn't she cute? So welcome to episode 6 of the Quirks of Israel. I think that is an applause, hey? Especially I got a baby here. I mean, this helps the ratings, okay? So today's episode is called The Food of Israel. Oh, and coffee and tea. And, okay, nobody's looking at me. I'm the host. This is my show. So you guys got to be looking at me, not the baby. Oh, wait. Okay, we're not going to do the baby anymore. Eric, just leave the lights. Please come here. Okay, here, just take the baby. This wasn't a good idea. Maybe next year. Okay, yeah, there we go. Bye, honey. Okay. Whoa. Anybody, we got a diaper change table or anything in the back? Okay. Hey, that was a pretty good one. Hey, give it up for the baby. Okay. I mean, I tried, all right? Okay, so where were we? So today's episode, right. So when most people travel to some place they would call exotic, okay? Part of the experience is to taste unique foods and drinks that pertain to the culture and country you are visiting. Example, eating gator or boiled peanuts in Florida, trying an English breakfast in Devon, England, or haggis in Scotland, or a curry dish in New Delhi, India. Who doesn't like curry? I mean, here, check out this. You could eat bird's nest soup in China, fried tarantulas in Cambodia, puffer fish in Japan, fertilized eggs in the Philippines, maggot cheese in Sardinia, surströmming in Sweden, probably butchered that one anyway. But you could also have live octopus in Korea, excrement coffee in Indonesia, puffin heart in Iceland, and the kicker, snake wine. Yes, snake wine from Vietnam. I simply Googled the top 10 weirdest foods, and almost all of these describe exactly where your brain went the moment I read them. But beyond the weird foods I just listed and the not so weird, part of the excitement of travel is to eat normal, everyday foods of the culture you are visiting. Unless fried tarantulas are the normal food in Cambodia. And if so, guess who's never visiting Cambodia, hey? Guess who's never going to Cambodia? You know, nothing against the people there, but no, I couldn't do it. But I digress. Israel is full of exciting flavors and foods. It is a Middle Eastern country, so demographically and culturally, Israel brings many dishes and flavors from the region of the world it exists in. Then Israel is an immigrant nation. Jews from over 70 countries have made Aliyah there, and with their arrival brought food cultures from all over the world. So if you want an authentic Israeli Middle Eastern dish, then voila! There is a million different restaurants to choose from. If you want authentic Chinese, Korean, French, Italian, Greek, Japanese, and so on and so forth, you can find it. I even once ate a burger at a Texas grill in Ariel, the capital city of Samaria. Want to taste some of the best honey-soaked lamb or chicken? Try a shawarma, which is shaved meat, spiced pickles, cabbage, hummus, tahini, which is like a spicy sauce, salad, which is really diced and seasoned tomatoes, cucumbers, and olives. Oh, and chips, or as Canadians might say, French fries. Then all of this is wrapped up in a laffa, which is a flatbread, and devoured. I think that deserves an applause. I mean, just for the sake of eating shawarma. Absolutely. Then you have falafel, which is a pita jammed pack with much of the same thing as the shawarma, except this is the vegetarian dish. And they deep fry mashed chickpeas and fava beans into a golden brown ball of goodness. Then you could eat a traditional shakshuka, which is a spiced tomato sauce with onion, green pepper, and fried eggs in the middle. Or you could try beef kebab or Jerusalem mixed grill. Now, Jerusalem mixed grill. This consists of chicken hearts, spleens, and liver mixed with bits of lamb cooked on a flat grill, seasoned with onion, garlic, black pepper, cumin, turmeric, olive oil, and coriander. It looks tasty, smells good, but you know what? For me, chicken hearts, spleens, and liver just sounds a bit like the list of the top 10 weirdest foods to eat that I mentioned at the beginning. So look, it's probably just with me. This is my thing. I've got a weak stomach and a wild imagination. The Jerusalem mixed grill actually is a big hit in Israel, okay? All right. So, the next thing, hummus. This is made from mashed chickpeas, and it's very big in Israel, also practically the entire Middle East. But Israelis are passionate hummus eaters. Beware. If you're not quick like lightning to remind your falafel guy to only put on a little hummus, they will lather it like hummus is going out of style. Oh, and it's also pronounced hummus, like in the back of the throat, not hummus. You know, hummus, that sounds like the rock pumice. Okay, so just so you know. So halva is also a delicacy, like a dessert delicacy. Halva is a sweet dessert-style food made from sesame seeds and flavored with all kinds of things. So if you go to the Halva King in the Jerusalem Machane Yehuda Shuk, which is like the market, you can have chocolate halva, espresso halva, chili-flavored halva, wasabi halva, vanilla halva, swirl halva, Turkish halva. You get the point. In order to not sound like Forrest Gump talking about shrimp, let me say plainly, you can buy all kinds of halva in Israel with many flavors. Then the Israeli breakfast, okay? This is legendary, especially if you're staying at a hotel. Now, I'm a breakfast man, so I get excited by a good quality breakfast spread. The hotels of Israel do not scrimp. They mean to impress. You will have a dozen or more cheeses, plate after plate, a plate of fresh fruit, row after row of fresh vegetables, pastries, 4 or 5 different types of bread, chocolate spread, jams, pancakes, a cook standing at the ready to make you a fresh omelet with a dozen ingredients or more, freshly squeezed juice, roasting coffee beans, tourists bustling about with 2 or 3 plates of food, Jewish and Arab servers swirling around the room, refilling coffee cups, taking away dishes, and smiling a lot. Well, not all the time, but they're generally very nice and very professional. But I have left out one weird thing, okay, that graces the tables of every Israeli breakfast buffet. And it's probably weirder to me because I've seen many people eat it and enjoy it. And I'm not judging, okay? But at every Israeli hotel, at breakfast, you always see this raw-looking, cold, moist salmon, helplessly laying on some cold, indifferent platter, garnished with mint leaves and other greenery to try and spice it up, make it look more attractive or more edible, I don't know. And people scooping it up for destination stomach. Wet or moist, whatever word you think I should use, fish of that sort is not a breakfast food in my vocabulary. So I breeze on by, trying not to look at it, which I always fail, and trying not to watch other people eat it, which I always do. I know I'm truly in Israel when I go down to the breakfast buffet and see that pathetic, moist salmon looking up at me with a snicker. Okay. Now, there are so many other incredible foods in Israel, too many to count and list on this show. I also tried to cover some of the typical foods you will eat at kiosks and restaurants in Jerusalem or Tiberias or Eilat. If you walk through any of the markets in Israel, you will see mountains of spices, meat vendors, fruit vendors, wonderful aromas and smells to blissfully carry you through your day. Or stroll through the Muslim quarter in the Old City, and the intense smells of the spices there are intoxicating. But now, I cannot forget the coffee and tea. Israelis love both of these drinks, and so I encourage you to get acquainted with the coffee bean, Cafe Hillel, Cafe Roma, and pretty much every little store or tour site that sells cappuccinos, Turkish coffee, Americano, espresso, or the invigorating Nescafe, which is instant coffee. And I still can't wrap my head around why Israelis love it so much. Now, this is obviously a Nescafe from Canada, but it's a good stand-in prop. Now, do you know Israel is the only country I've ever been to where I saw Nescafe on a menu in a nice restaurant? I mean, this isn't like this is like a good quality restaurant, Nescafe on the menu. I mean, we are talking about instant coffee. There are glorious coffee options in Israel with quality roasted beans and wonderful flavors, but Israelis love instant coffee. I mean, when you watch films that bear an apocalyptic theme and you see them drinking a brown substance that resembles coffee, you would probably believe, and you'd most likely be right, that they're drinking instant coffee. I mean, instant coffee could take a direct nuclear hit with the full measure of radiation and nothing would happen to it. It would probably taste the exact same. So I don't understand why Israelis who could drink incredible coffee all day and all night prefer to settle for instant coffee. But hey, Nescafe does have an alluring ring to it. And you know what? I've been pressured because of kind of like peer pressure to drink it and feeling like I need to try to fit in. So if you're in Israel and feel a pull or an urge to drink instant coffee and there's a bunch of Israelis watching you with interest, you just may have fallen victim to Nescafe peer pressure. Okay? Okay. The final point in this rant is to comment on the tea. Now, my mother's side has British roots, and I grew up enjoying a lovely cup of tea. Israel has many exquisite flavors, and I think the one that tops them all is the mint tea. Mostly because when I drink it, I think of being in Israel. Sometimes they will serve it with the mint leaves right in the hot water and a spoonful of sugar to help the medicine go down. Drinking a nice cup of mint tea during the winter months will soothe your bones and take the chill right out of you. So a nice cup of mint tea or black tea, English breakfast, whatever you want. An English breakfast, actually, to be honest, is my overall favorite, my personal favorite. You have that with a pastry sitting on Jaffa Street, musing about everything going on. That's a perfect way to spend a few hours in the city of gold, Jerusalem. Israel is quirky. Join me on episode 7 of The Quirks of Israel as we talk about Israel, a quirky place, part 1, hats. Cheers and shalom.